Well, we have the market opening up in 10 minutes. We saw the retail sales were just a little bit better than expected, nothing major. And we see yesterday we had more advancing stocks than declining stocks in the New York Stock Exchange. So Globex tested the 63 area overnight, and we're at 59 now in the pre-session. So we're going to watch the 63 area. I anticipate a little bit of selling, but if we bust over to 63, we could have some short covering. Maybe today is the day we've been looking for. And they're off. We're going to short the 61.75. It's got 61.75 short, too. Because of the cross trade here, I didn't wait for a retest up here. Might have been a little early. Although the D period high yesterday was 63.50. Globex was 63.25. So we could push a little bit over the 63.25 before we see a little selling, but 61.75 is our target. Of course, is 60.25 for the first point. First point and a half. So now we're going through the retest, you might say. Retesting to see if this cross trade holds up here at the 62s. Now we did have strength yesterday. I'm aware of that, but we're up here at pretty good resistance. If we break through the resistance, we should roll. I would hate to have a short position when I've been looking for a short covering rally all these days. Doesn't work, but we'll see. Alright, we're up here now at the 63s. We're above the Globex high by a quarter, matching yesterday's D period high, 63.50. Let's see some cross trade building up here. It's a good sign. Still didn't get our target though, which stinks. At least when we get our first point and a half, we minimize our risk. Watching this block of trade here. Pullback column is negative also, which is good. The better trade, instead of getting short at 61.75, would have been to wait for the mark over the Globex or the mark over the D period high yesterday. That was an error this morning. That's tough. That's tough to do. Alright, there's our 64.75. That's our 3-point area that we typically target for our stop. We can't have it go over 64.75. If we have it go over 64.75, we need to get out of this trade. pause video here. I see a lot of two-sided trade here. Up to this column we had a 5200 positive delta, and now we have a negative 482 delta. So there's two-sided action in here, no doubt. We're approaching our first target. 60.25 is our first target. We clicked on 60.25, but we don't have any ask activity. We need to buy our position back. So we need a 60 tick even to get filled, and that'll put our break even or our stop in, which is a little less than break even, up 2 points above our entry at 63.75. So we'll see here if we can't get that 60 tick. My reading of the delta was in error this morning. These are the delta. These are individual deltas per column. This is the cumulative column here. So we lost about 1,000 on the downtick column, which is not as exaggerated as I originally discussed. We're still looking for that 60 fill. There it is, 60. We got filled at 60.25. Okay, our stop now is 63.75. We took a 1.5 on the first contract. Our 5-point target is 56.75. We'll take 5 points on this trade this morning. Now we see a turn into the negative delta here. See 4,700 to the negative 2,100. That's cumulative. So now we definitely have hitting the bid activity. You can see that here in this column. We still need a couple more ticks to get our fill at 56.75. I don't like the fact that we have cross trades sitting down here at the 57s. We're going to take the 57.25 out, 57.25. So we got the 57.25. We took 56.75, but wouldn't have got filled there. So we're happy with the 57.25. Now we'll take a break. We're going to take a break and produce this video. We could have had a couple more points this morning, not from our fill. Our fill was pretty good. You know, we decided to take the profit at 57.25. It was a good decision. Never did take down to 56.75 on the ask. But on the opening, I think we could have probably got a couple points, you know, testing the deep period and Globex highs. I don't know if we would have, you know, we couldn't have got our 5-point target. We would have had to realize to stop running above the deep period high and to stop running above the Globex high. And if we got filled anywhere near the open at 60, just to get out of the trade at 64, it might have been a good trade to just take 2 contracts and just hold them until, you know, 4 points. That's flexibility that I really like. That might be something to keep my eye on, like I did yesterday, instead of taking our first 1.5, because we identified the probability was high that they would close the gap, which they almost closed the gap. We got a nice trade by not sacrificing that second contract with only a 1.5 on the first level. So, having said that, I'm going to produce this video and take a break and look to see where we end up our initial balance, the A and the B period, the first hour, where that range actually occurs, and look for other opportunities soon.